Hi everyone, thanks for joining me for this week's question and answer video. My name is David. This channel is Damar's Coaching, and I do this every single week. Again, any questions you guys have, I please encourage you. Please go down into the comment section, ask me anything you want, and then tune in for the next video for my answer. Ask me anything, guys. And to keep these videos going, I need questions, so keep them coming. Let's see, where are we at? Anybody that likes these, wants these to continue, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Okay, guys? Anybody that wants coaching, you can find me at daviddemars.com. Link is right down below. And I want to thank you, Veda, very much for your donation. Veda made a donation to the channel, and it is very, very much appreciated. Thank you. I can't think of a kinder gesture than anybody giving their hard-earned money, so thank you very much, Veda. I appreciate you, and all of you who make donations to this channel, and all of you who support this channel in your own way. Thank you very, very much. I make a suggestion every single week. This channel is about recovering, about healing, about growing, becoming better versions of ourselves after trauma, neglect, or abusive relationships, things like this. So, very important, with the holidays coming up, I thought of giving you guys links to Amazon for self-care. Products for self-care for men and women. I'll put both links down below if you need me to, or if you need the links, you could just go to Amazon and write self-care for men or self-care for women. And it's a great way to start a relationship with ourselves, okay? As you guys know, we have lost ourselves in these types of neglectful, abusive relationships. We may never have fully developed who we are or know who we are because of our childhood might have been neglectful, okay? That's where healing really begins. Where it really starts is knowing who we are and starting that relationship with ourselves. And it can really start with caring for ourselves, right? Think about how you start a relationship with anybody, with a child, a baby, a man, a woman, a friend. You care for them. Yeah, you do nice things for them and take care of them and watch out for them. So start doing that for yourself and start caring for yourself. And there's great ideas on Amazon for self-care products. And these also make great gifts for other people besides just for yourself, okay? Anybody that want to recommend great self-care products down below in the comment section, please do. I have a good one for men. Something that I do not ever see men do is take care of their feet. Ever. I give myself pedicures. You guys can do that too. Or go see someone and have them do it for you. Having people touch you and take care of you and service you and stuff like this is great for healing. Really good. Especially if it's from emotional trauma. And you're worth it. It raises your self-worth, okay? So, take care of your feet, men. Yeah, you can go get a kit that, scrubs and gets rid of the calluses, and there's other different tools and stuff like that. Make them pretty. Women like that stuff, I think, right? Women? Huh? Right? Okay, let's get into the questions. Let's see. First one is from Rory from Ohio, and that's all I ask, guys. Please just tell us where you are in the world. Rory says, good morning, David. I keep typing Favid for your name. Sounds like Fabio, LOL. It will be really cold today in Ohio. High of 48, just like all of you clothes wearers, clothes lovers like. I don't really see that many people that love cold, or I'd see people out with shorts and t-shirts in the 40s. I see a couple. Those are the real cold lovers, but the rest of you are clothes lovers. You like to wear clothes. Not working outside today. The marijuana bill passed in Ohio. I knew there was a reason for making my garden bigger. This morning, I changed my routine. Usually start stretching exercises. Let's see. I got lost. Usually start stretching exercises before I even get out of bed. That's really good. Make bed, take my meds, make tea, sip it while walking in house. This morning, I did it in reverse. So you made your bed last? It felt really great, maybe because it started to feel boring, mundane. We'll probably keep this new routine. Do you think switching up things makes it easier to face the start of your day? Thanks, David. Can't wait for Q&A Monday. I hope you're enjoying the weekend. Thank you, Rory. I did enjoy it. It's over now. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I can almost, anybody that feels down or sad or depressed, feel like life's passing you by, any kinds of these things. If anybody, just go out and go see new places, meet new people, and try something new, you'll feel great. Our brains don't like that stuff. Our brains only care about keeping you alive. It doesn't care how you feel, doesn't care what you want, nothing. It says just alive. And that's better and easier to do. If I make you really scared of everything and scared of change and scared to go outside and scared to meet new people. And if we're depressed, then we think the world's bad and the people are bad and can't trust anybody. And that's our brain taking over because we lost the relationship with ourself, our true inner authentic self. Our true inner authentic self wants people, needs relationships with people, wants new experiences and change all the time. Number one reason you ever feel like your life is, like Rory said, mundane, passing you by, you're doing too much of the same thing every day. Now, routines can be healthy, for sure. For sure. But change is the best for us in life. And we have to fight our brain doing so. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Rory. Okay. Next one is from today is Ago D-Day XU6RL says, I've signed the petition. And Darth Vader 78441 says, I've signed and donated, sending support from Scotland. Thank you both very, very much. I have a petition, as most of you know. For those of you who don't already know, it's a petition on change.org. Stop narcissistic online bullying. It's been going about a year. It needs your help. It needs you to sign it. It needs you to share it with someone else. And in Darth Vader's case, donating would be great. But all you have to do is look at I put a link down in the description box. I put a link down in the comment section. You'll see it everywhere. Change.org change.org/stop bullies, or follow the link. Just sign it. Say yes, it's global. Anybody. That's all. They don't bug you. You don't have to pay anything. You don't have to do anything else after that. Just yes. That's it. And share it with someone else if you can. Thank you very much. And thank you guys. And thank you, Darth Vader, for your donation. Awesome. Rory again. Good morning, David. Oh, no. I'm going backwards. I'm going the opposite way. Oh, yeah, I know what I did. I made a boo-boo. Sally from Canada. Hi, Sally. How are children affected by their parents bringing the children into the loving grandparents' lives? And then when the parent gets mad at the grandparents, not sure exactly why they were mad at us, taking them away again from the grandparents via silent treatment for months, only to reintroduce the grandchildren back in grandparents' lives. The grandchild loves being with us, but it's like they are being abused as pawns to punish the grandparents. Does this have lasting effects on the grandchildren? Yes, it does. It sure does. Absolutely does. And I'm sorry. Sorry, Grandma. Sorry, Sally. Very, very sad, and I see it happen a lot. Obviously, in the kind of work that I do, I see this very, very common. First, I want to say that you have a right to see your grandchildren, and there's a lot of states in this country that honor that right. If you pursue it, you can get rights to see them. Interesting, huh? I would never have guessed that until I finally learned that. So look and see your state laws, or go to a family lawyer or something like that. So the damage it does to children. Look, we can't do that now. It's not good for us. Okay, it's certainly not during development, and certainly not in the beginning of life when we're forming bonds and trying to form healthy attachments. It is vital. It decides our attachment style. It could be traumatic to them. I mean, you talk about fear of abandonment, right? People coming in and out of my life, and I'm not sure when or what the relationship is, or how long I'm going to know you, or when you're coming back, when I'm going to see them again. Awful, awful. It's unstable for children, okay? And it's helping them form a very, very anxious attachment style, which attachment styles aren't good or bad or healthy or unhealthy, but we would rather children grow up with a secure attachment style, so they have secure attachments in adulthood. Without it, like most of us, we end up having anxious attachment styles, and we stay in relationships that cause anxiety. We stay in relationships without security. We stay in relationships without communicating. Sometimes we stay in relationships without even knowing if we're in one. We let them decide. On and off, and we wait in anxiety, and wait just like we're waiting for mom and dad to come back, just like your grandchildren are wondering when they get to see grandma and grandpa again. So we all react differently. No one can sit there and tell you how a child's going to turn out or how they're reacting to things like this. But we don't develop well, we don't form healthy attachment styles, and we're not learning to communicate and have relationship skills with someone this unstable as their mother is, you know that they're being neglected of their rights or of their needs. You know that. You know it doesn't feel good. Okay, so it's neglect and abuse, I'm sure. This is very, very common that parents use their children as pawns, as pieces of blackmail, things like this, to control other family members or the spouse, stuff like this. So every relationship has to have terms, Sally. Maybe you, and if you're talking about your husband, should decide the terms you want to have with your daughter and grandchildren, and tell her and say, these are the terms of the relationship, okay? And she needs to agree on that, because if she doesn't, it's going to continue like this, and you need to decide if that's okay for you, if you can accept that. Talk to a lawyer if you want to take it further. I'm really sorry, Sally. Very, very sad you don't get to be a part of your grandchildren's lives. That in and out thing isn't going to work for anybody except the mother who's doing that on purpose. Thank you for your question, Sally. Let me know what you think of my answer. Renee Schrader, I hope I'm saying your last name right, is from South Dakota. What is the drug name on market for oxytocin prescription? I took a chance, as this guy was a friend for many years, and little did I know, after entering a relationship of 7 weeks, he love bombed and then said, I don't even know how we got together. He dissociated and now has had another woman 6 weeks. I honestly don't think he remembers me. 100 quiet BPD. I knew all signs to look for from previous narc 10 years ago, and not a single red flag. Of course, I didn't know about BPD. He said confusing thoughts came flooding in, and I don't think he was lying. No self-identity. Yeah, that's pretty sad. We don't need red flags for each disorder, mental health disorder. I know that you're talking about 2 personality disorders. There's 8 more. You better find out what red flags you have for each 8 of the other ones. And you're going to need about 200 to 300 more mental health disorders, so you know what red flags to look out for all few hundred of them. Red flags are you. Red flags are how you feel something alarming comes up and causes a problem with you. You're not comfortable with it. And we later look back and say, gee, I'm looking back and I notice all these red flags. Why did I ignore them? And that's because we're not have a very good relationship with ourselves. That means that we're not finely tuned with our feelings. Right? Because we got scared and it wasn't a big deal and I was able to ignore it and push it away. Because I got frightened, because I was uncomfortable, because I felt threatened, because I felt all these different emotions that came up from what people were doing, but I ignored them, suppressed them, I drank, I neglected them, I made up excuses, I listened to all these things that we do except to do what we need to do for our bodies to feel better. And that means if you feel scary, I need to tell you. If that doesn't work, I need to get away from you, okay? So you don't need, I understand there's new signs, there's new behavioral traits with different disorders, but all of it comes to you're uncomfortable, you don't feel safe, things like this, okay? Thank you for sharing. You had more to it. Although, again, contradiction, if he sees others like a royal traditional of houses of parliament, he would be oh no, this is, Jesus. See, I got mixed up. I went backwards, so I'm reading part 2 of Rose's statement. So Rose is from the United Kingdom. Hi, Rose. Also seems to change his diet. So she starts right in. He will shop for things, but then not have meals. Or then another time will want regular dinner times. His attitude towards anyone in a high position in a company can be very positive towards them, and he will think they are the best at everything, although that can be... you mistyped, I don't know what that word says. If they do something that he thinks is out of image that fits their position, although again, contradiction, if he sees others like a royal traditional of houses of parliament, he would be totally dismissive of that and say it's rubbish and looks agitated. And then here's the part that I started reading. Although again, contradiction, if he sees others like a royal tradition of houses, okay, I read that. He has times of being restless. I think says he doesn't want to work 24/7, and then he never wants to take a day of every day. He phones work to sort problems or advise them. Yes, that's an unstable person, Rose. Highly, highly unstable. Up and then down. Doesn't want to work, doesn't want to take a day off. Loves you, hates you. Likes the row of houses, doesn't like the row of houses. Constantly agitated, and that means he's about to lose it all the time. Thanks, Rose. And Monica from California. Hi, Monica. I like your comments about Jada. This is going to sound, I think her name's Jada, sorry. This is going to sound silly, but to add to my question, some of the people that I mentioned I met are in late 30s to 40, and it surprises me that they still act like this. Can people that age still act like teens? Well, when you start to get to my age, that's not even that old. Yeah, there's no age limit for immaturity. Matter of fact, some of the most immature people I've ever seen in my life are in their 60s and 70s. Yeah. Can't have simple conversation, temper tantrums, childish, immature, little games, lying still, sneaking. About as immature as you can get. And I got a question a while ago, maybe this will apply. I've had somebody ask me about arrested development. And David, I see all these immature people and people that can't function well, and they all act like kids. I'm beginning to think it's all arrested development. And we all react differently. We all grew up differently. We all have different parents and environment and brains. And when someone's neglected, you can pick up. I'll tell you right now, the easiest ways to know the extremes neglect in people. People with speech impairments. Most speech impairments, thick tongues and don't make their R's or their L's very well. They talk like this. Just so extremely neglected that they didn't even really talk much. Parents never talked to them. They didn't talk, stay quiet. And they just never fixed their speech impairment. They talk like this. I mean, that's about as neglectful as you can get. And then you have the people that can't communicate about anything. People that don't know themselves. They don't know what they're feeling. They don't know how to talk. They don't know how to ask for things. They don't know how to apologize. All the people you know. It's not just a behavioral problem. It's you grew up completely neglected. No emotional conversation whatsoever. Like you guys. A lot of you. Most of you. I can ask you how you feel about something. You'll tell me what you did. I'll ask you again. How do you feel about something? You'll tell me how somebody else feels about something. You'll never tell me a feeling. You'll tell me the most traumatic story in your life, not one feeling. That's you you're leaving out. You're talking about what you did, that's not you. You're talking about what other people did, that's not you. But you don't even talk about yourself, how you feel, what I need. Most of you guys don't know what you need. Most of you guys don't know what you want. It's that relationship with ourselves, again. So people acting mature, immature, obviously bad parenting, right? Poor development. Not much conversation or talk. Temper tantrums allowed to continue past 8, 9, 10. Little games that they play. Lying was okay when they're younger. Their parents probably lie. Right? I'm telling you, it's amazing how much I'm finding that, how important our child development is. Crucial. It really decides and sets the stage for who we become. Thank you. Rory from Ohio again. Hello, David. Do you think the narcissist ever has the feeling of walking on eggshells, or they just don't care? Like we do, walking on eggshells. So scared that we're going to get in trouble. So scared that we're going to make them upset. So scared that they're going to lose it, hit us, yell at us, cut us down, criticize us, make fun of us, humiliate us, or just bother us. Like we just don't even want them to wake up. Not because we're worried about their sleep. We even know that they might wake up and make the rest of the evening a living hell. This is the golden period times, right? You asked me, do they ever walk on eggshells? I know what you're saying because they don't care. They don't care about you or how you feel, what you need, what you want. They aren't scared. They think they got you wrapped around their little pinky and you'll never leave them and stuff like that. But they're still scared. They're still nervous. They're never comfort. They never have security. Never. So when you really learn what our emotional needs are, and why they're the most important thing in our lives, Especially in relationships, we have to have them met, and that's how we feel good in relationships. And so anybody that tells me they're, my relationship is estranged, we stop talking, we don't have sex, we have problems, we fight, all this, needs aren't being met. No more emotional connection, no more emotional attention, privacy, connection, security. These things aren't being met. And in all relationships with narcissists, they're not being met. They don't allow you to care for them and meet their needs. They don't value them, to be honest. So as you walk on eggshells, the security in the relationship sucks. It doesn't mean that it just sucks for you. You have to really understand emotional needs to understand this. Really, really. It's like if I cheat on my partner, I don't have security. And because they don't know I'm cheating doesn't mean that they have security. It's emotional. That little feeling you get where you think someone's cheating on you or you're just not sure, that's not security. And if I'm cheating and lying and being conniving with my partner, there's no emotional connection. I can't have emotional security myself. They might find out. They might be cheating. Okay? So yeah, I would imagine sometimes they're walking on eggshells. Kind of depends on their target, their victims. Depends on you, right? I mean, I guess if you've ever left them before, you follow through, you have repercussions, your word, right? If you follow through with these things, or if you just have endless threats that don't mean anything, maybe they stop walking on eggshells, because they get pretty, as we know, they get overly confident in themselves. They underestimate you. They overestimate themselves, right? So maybe not so much. I would say definitely not as much as us. But I think that there's times where they do. Because there's no security in the relationship. And that's what it means, walking on eggshells. Okay. Thank you, Rory, again. And Emily Merton from South Africa. Hi, Emily. When getting out of a narcissistic relationship, is it better to be at a place that provides constant stimulation, like going out every night, or a place where it is quiet? Oh, you're asking me, is it better? Which is better? I think is going out every night, constant stimulation, or a place where it's quiet? Both. Mixture of both, yeah? Nothing too much of either. So when we lose ourself, our brain takes over, remember, wants to keep us safe, and that's why we start isolating. That's called depression, okay? And I'm not against it. I've done it myself. Maybe we have to. Maybe there's got to be a time where we do that. I don't know. I don't think there has to be, but I definitely understand it. But we need to push ourselves, okay? We are too social of a creature. All of this is caused by people. That's how important it is to us. We don't just give up. We don't punish ourselves. Don't try again. Feel sorry for ourselves. We can't live like this, guys. We can't. I'd say it's the worst thing you could do. Isolate. Worst. Best thing you do is be around people, especially people that you care for, care about you. The going out every night, I don't think that's such a good idea. And I don't think we need constant stimulation. I know that I have always been overloaded. My things were hypersensitive and hypervigilant. But going out, having a good time, seeing new things and trying new things with people and meeting new people is so beneficial. So beneficial to us. I encourage that, constantly pushing ourselves, but not too much. I mean, we've got fatigue, we can't, if we're stressed, if there's something that we're doing, we're stressed every time, stop for a second, let's figure some stuff out. But it's a mixture, right? It's just taking care of yourself. It's saying, like, I have an injury, looking at yourself like a baby, and I got to take care of this injury on this baby and make sure it has everything you need. And yes, I'm going to take it out, but then I got to be at home a little bit sometimes too. And okay. It's hard to even give any kind of definite answer for this kind of stuff for almost anything. Okay. Mariella from Brazil. Hello. I hope I'm not too late to ask a question. Never. Could you please make a video or answer here on how to deal with narc members in a family gathering? It's about a sibling who usually make jokes about me being disgusting. I know this is very specific, so if you are short of time, that's great. Specifics are better than generalizing. I think many people in this community would benefit from a video about dealing with NARC members in a toxic family gathering. Thank you in advance. Your channel is amazing, and I've been binge watching. Hopefully not in total isolation. Greetings from Brazil. Thank you, Mariella. If I'm saying your name right. I'll make a video. Yeah, I'll make a video about this because it's the holidays. Perfect. Holiday video. But for now, I'll tell you, I'm not going to tell anybody what they should do, but okay, the healthy way is to look them right in the face. Don't laugh. Okay. And you say, stop. Stop making jokes about me at my expense. It feels what? Why don't you think about how it feels? Why don't you come up with 1, 2, or 3 emotions? Okay. And you tell them, this is how it makes me feel. Stop. Causes me stress. I'm insulted. Stop making jokes at my expense. They're not funny. Stop now. What's good is if you have anybody on your side. You got anybody on your side in your family that you can consult with and see if anybody actually cares? Because most toxic families, you'll go tell mom, God, sis, this makes fun of me. And all the jokes. You know what she does. I'm sick of it. It's been going for years. Oh, honey, your sister. She just is kidding. Mom, it makes me feel bad. It hurts my feelings, causes me stress, and makes me very, very angry. Oh, honey, she just likes to make jokes. No, when you start bringing feelings up, then you really know who cares, who doesn't care. Toxic sister you don't want a relationship with not necessarily needs to bring up emotions. She doesn't care about you. She doesn't care about your emotions. But when you do it in a group setting in front of everybody else, now all of a sudden, she looks like an asshole. Okay? Know what you value. Know what morals you value. If you value honesty and integrity and respect and self-respect, use those. Don't lose it. Don't call her names. Respect her and respectfully tell her the honest truth with integrity and have some self-respect and demand from her how you'd like to be treated. You can also do this before the event. Reach out to her. I'll be attending the event, and I'd appreciate it if you refrain from any jokes about me that are in front of me or behind me. I don't want it that day. Thank you. But what's important to know is to know how you want to react first. You already know this is a problem. You already know she's going to do this. Figure out exactly how you'd like to react so you know, okay? I would recommend not laughing, not pretending, not doing nothing. I wouldn't recommend any of those. You can get a partner on your side, get more than one person in the family on your side, and let them know you don't like that. And please don't laugh at the jokes, and please tell them not to do that. And please have my back when I stand up for myself. Okay? But just telling her to stop, please, that it makes me feel this. You just really put someone on the spot to look like an asshole if they don't care. You can take someone with you as support. Take a friend. Something like that. Okay. You don't have to attend long. You can go there early and leave when she gets there. You're not being weak, guys, by avoiding someone. I hope all of you understand that. Now, if everything that meant to you in life is that you attend to this and it's so important to you and you say, no, I'm not going to go do it because she'll make a joke about me, then there might be a problem, right? But if you decide to go from 1 to 3 instead of 3 to 6 because of this obnoxious person that nobody else seems to care about when she's abusing someone, does anyone in your family care? I know that if she's still doing this at this age, that her mother, your mother, allowed this. Does your mother still allow this? Is your mother at least finally embarrassed at how her daughter turned out because she didn't care for her properly? Can she see that connection? Hey, Mom, do you think that you can finally tell your daughter to stop abusing people in public? Like your other daughter? Finally stick up for me for once? Pretty sick that this happens and continues. But, I'm not saying that's easy. Where are your boundaries at? Where's your self-worth at? Is it easy to say things like this? It's obviously pretty hard, and I'm sorry, but I'll tell you this. You get something like that out at this event, man, it just gets easier and easier. You raise your self-worth immediately. You'll get some respect from people in that room. You'll gain more self-respect. Your self-worth will rise. Self-confidence, self-esteem. That's it, guys, by doing something like that. Practice it, okay? Know what you want to say. Practice it in person, out loud to somebody else. I'm serious. We got to start somewhere. If this is difficult, we can't just say, no, I'm not going to do it. You can do this. You can do this, and you can make it a whole lot easier by taking those suggestions I made, okay? Good luck, Mariella. Let us know. I'd love to know how it turns out for you. Maybe she won't even show up. Cindy C. Hi, Cindy. Think most toxic people have to be in denial of the true self. Interesting enough, think codependents are also in denial of self, often toward the negative. Many don't believe they deserve to be treated better, have a truly toxic inner critic, and put others' opinions before their own. Yeah, absolutely. That's the definition of losing ourselves, of lacking self-awareness. Codependent, the enmeshment. There's not two, there's one. There's not two of us, there's one of us. And we're not going to put attention on each other. I can't manage my problems. I'm going to manage yours. You can't manage your problems. You're going to try to manage mine. We're really not going to hold each other accountable. Just kind of fight and argue. Totally. And, toxic people, yeah, of course, they lack self-awareness of their true self. That's why they're toxic. Their brains completely took over. They're in survival mode. Just look at up all toxic behaviors. What are they? They're most all defense mechanisms. To not see my true self. I don't apologize because I can't look at myself. I'm so afraid of loss and in fear of abandonment because I'll be left with myself. I contradict myself every day because I say I value loyalty, and then I go talk bad about you behind my back. I don't know who I am. And it's amazing the confidence you'll have from people that lack the most. It's just insane. Okay. Thank you, Cindy. That's it, guys. That's all the questions today. And again, please, if you can, support that petition down below and ask tons of questions. Any questions you guys want at all, I encourage it, please. What else? The links to the self-care will be down below in the description box for men and women. Men, self-care. Come on, men. During trauma or after trauma, recovering, and we want to find ourselves and stuff, it's great to just change. Change your beard, your mustache, your hairstyle, women. Makeup. Change it. Different colors, bright colors. Wear bright colors. Get a different outfit. If you guys don't like to shop, go to a store. Have somebody at a store help you. Yeah, that's what they're there for. Hey, you know what? I usually just wear black, gray, and white, like you guys wear. And Coach David told me to bring some colors into my life, and I was wondering if you could help me just bring some stuff, because you're going to bring stuff I normally wouldn't bring, and it's exciting. You'll put it on, and you're like, wow, I kind of like this. Green looks good on me, I guess. So, just some ideas, and those other self-care gifts are great for other people, okay, for the holidays. And watch out for the video coming out soon about dealing with toxic family members. You guys have questions for that? Anybody who wants to know specifics, what do I do about the Christmas party, about Thanksgiving, about New Year's? My ex will be there, my toxic mom, my brother, my sister, cousin, aunt, uncle, nephew. You get it. Ask, and I'll put it all in the video. Thanks, guys. Love yourself first. See you soon in a week. Bye.